Hi guys, I promised that I would come back and talk to you about one of my most favorite books, and because we didn't have time for it last time, and it is this, Green Live-Cuisine by Dr. Gabriel Cousens, and he is the founder of the Tree of Life. Similar to the Hippocrates Institute, it's about using live foods, foods that have not been processed or refined or taken out of their natural state, to heal the body. And his specialty is diabetes. He's a medical doctor. He's a homeopathic doctor as well. But this book is like, you can tell I have like a million little tabs, and then I got some more down the side here. It's like it's the best book. Like, if you ever want to understand food, not just go raw, because I don't think that's really what this is about. This is about how to heal your body. What do you need? What are those vital nutrients? What are those things you're lacking? And I like, because the front part is a little scientific. It's a little medical. It's a little of everything for everybody. And then it has recipes in from their cafe. But it's my favorite book because it really gave me information. When I was first diagnosed, I'd been sick for a long time. So when I was told what I had, I was also told I had moderate symptoms. And personally, I did not have kidney issues, which was a big factor for me. If I had had kidney issues, I probably would have gone on the meds right away. But because I didn't, the meds that were offered to me were just, immunosuppressant drugs. They were just going to suppress my symptoms. But then what were they going to do? That was my issue. Like, what was I going to do beyond that? And you have to understand, I have had friends who have died from cancer. I have had friends who have died from other diseases, and drugs didn't work for them. And so in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, the drug's always going to be there. So it kind of afforded me some opportunity to say, what else is out there? What else can I do? And, it took me a year to figure out what would work for me. And yeah, I had highs and lows. I had one of the most horrible flares of my life during that time of trying to figure things out. And I know some of you are saying, you should have just gone back to the doctor. I don't give up. I knew there had to be an answer for me. Not for you, not for your brother, not for your sister, for me. And I thought, between what I could figure out for me, if I could find answers for me, then in turn, later, I could share them with others. And this is one of the first books I was ever shown. It was actually given to me by my very dear friend Mel. And it just, you have those light bulb moments. You have those moments when you go, oh, that's why I need that. That's why I need those kinds of foods. And it triggered me into looking into Hippocrates Institute, which is 20 minutes from my house. And I did go there for lunch. I did do the tour. I did find out a lot about them. But I wasn't there yet. I wasn't ready to go there and do what they were saying or what they felt worked. Yeah, ignorant, I know. It took me a while to figure it out. But luckily I didn't, I just went and took a class and, met up with some people, joined a group, and learned more about live foods, living foods, why I need them, what's important about them. And your body, when you have a chronic illness, your body's been lacking for so long. You have to understand, looking back, I've had systemic lupus symptoms since I was in high school. That was 30 years ago. So my body has been breaking down for 30 years. I mean, granted, those flares, I had years of remission. And then all of a sudden I had months of remission. And then life became a living hell. But once I had a diagnosis, it was something I could run with. It was something I could research. It was something I could find out more about. And one of the things, I believe it was at Hippocrates, Brian Clemens. He said, the only thing you can control is what you eat, what you drink, and what you think. So take that and run with it. It's like, okay, what I eat, what was I eating? Immediately came home from that little, it was just a one-day class, cost me a fortune, but it was a one-day class, and it was the best thing I ever did for myself. It gave me so much information on healing the body and what I was not giving my body. And what I was giving my body wasn't healing my body. It was stripping it of more and more vitality. And literally I came home and looked around my kitchen and went, pardon my French, holy shit. Yeah, YouTube's gonna like bleep me now. I had so much crap in my house. And I was a vegetarian. You know, I was a vegan. It's not like, and I always like that when people say, they'll see somebody and they'll say that they're a vegan and they might be a little overweight and they're going, they're no vegan. You know, they're not skinny as a rail. Yeah, well, they make crappy vegan food too, you know. But I had processed stuff. Those fake meats, those are all processed. Those frozen burgers, you know, gluten-free vegan burgers, they're processed. Granted, they probably had a little more nutritional value than some of the other stuff out there, but still, I wasn't giving my body everything I needed. It was lacking. It was like turning the sand dial upside down and letting it run, and constantly like taking more out of the bottom. Like just, you know, every time a tablespoon would drop, a couple of teaspoons would be gone. Like that, like you were never getting enough. And so I kind of stripped my home of everything. I started eating more healthy. I started looking into live foods. I started, you know, I had done my 2-week raw food, put me in remission, because that was the only way I was going to get to Hippocrates for that class. And this was after I had done that. And you have to know, you can force yourself into remission anytime with a lot of different ways. My thing is, and what I want to teach people is, once you're in remission, how do you live beyond it? How do you stay in remission? How do you put all that behind you? And granted, I know people who have severe symptoms, it's hard. But even if you have severe symptoms, aren't you willing to do something to make you feel better? Honest to God, that's all I was looking for. I was looking to feel better. I was looking to get myself to where I could actually live my life. Because being in lupus hell is no fun, and you don't want to stay there. So again, my ultimate, most favorite book, Rainbow Green Live-Food Cuisine. You know, they have it, I believe I have seen it at the library. If not, ask your librarian. And that's it for today. Ciao.